Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to the Arsenal Alliance show. The man from tomorrow is here this week. You ain't forgot about me this week, have you, Scotty boy?
No, I'm awake. I'm in the land of the living. Well, I think I am. How you been, mate?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. I was a bit nervous last week having to do the show on my own. But anyway, at least we've got you here. The man from tomorrow.
Just put that slight dig in for me there, mate.
Right, we've got quite a bit to go for today. Quite a lot's happened over the last week. I do want to talk about this Man City situation at the end of the show. So let's get all the Arsenal bits out of the way first, and then we're gonna. I just want to ask you a couple of things about what you think about this Man City suing the Premier League, and the court case started yesterday, and all sorts of things like that, and what I think about that, and what you think about it. And there's Dave, the old school gunner. All right, Dave, how are you? I know you're doing a watch along on the Republic of Ireland tonight. Try and pop on later on if you can. Hopefully you're having a good stream as well, mate. But we're just kicking off, and we're going to kick off with our first topic. And let's have a look. Right now, it comes to light today that Benjamin Sesko has decided to stay at RB Leipzig and snub Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United. There's a list of other clubs linked with him too. But I think that's a good move for him. I do.
Yeah.
Haaland done it. He was at Bayern Munich, didn't he? He stayed on for another season. And now look how good he's doing at Man City. So, it's a good move, I think, in my opinion.
I think, he's only 21, isn't he, I think?
Yeah.
And he got, 14 goals last year? I've watched a few of these clips of him, but, I think we've got to be mindful. A lot of these clips try and put all the good bits in there. But the one I saw, I thought he was crap, mate. And I thought he pressed like a monster, but his first touch was sloppy. And, for me right now, I want us to have proven players. And I think for him, he'd be like a Darwin Núñez, where it'll take him a season to actually achieve anything. So, I think it's probably the best move. He stays there and just learns a bit more of his trade. Good move for him.
He had, what was it? I had a look at his stats. That was on Sofa Scores, and
you're going to tell me they're really good now, aren't you?
No. I'm going to tell you, but I'm just looking again to check, right? But I do remember that his passing accuracy was very low. Very low, and it was at something like 53%. I'm just going to double check, but yeah, his weaknesses. He had like some really bad weaknesses, and they come up like his passing and his ball control was a very low percentage. And I was looking and I was thinking, what do they see in him? I done a video of it. I said, what do they actually see in him? And someone said, yeah, he's 6'5". He's
6'5", yeah.
Strong. I get all that sort of stuff. But here we go. Look, he's accurate. His passing accuracy was 67%.
67. Yeah. We want crisp passes, don't we?
Hey.
At the stage where we are right now, we want somebody that can come in and he's up and running. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hello. It's going to be tough.
Hello, mate. The one and only Lion King himself, Matata.
Can you hear me?
How you doing, Rob?
Yep. We can hear you good, mate. We can hear you good.
I'm a lot more positive now. The rumours have slowed down on one particular player. So,
are you bothered about the Sesko off deal?
No, mate. I'm just happy the rumour's been dealt with. Now I can move on. Well, the Arsenal can now move on. Concentrate on other players now. That's all I
agree. Yeah. I don't think he was the one for us, to be honest. It's it's like and I think, like I said before, I think this season we are going to see Havertz as the number one striker, because if we're looking at 45, 50 million, we're looking at an Eddie replacement, aren't we?
Yeah.
You know, we're not looking at, and we're never going to get an Osman. We're not going to get a player like that, I don't believe. You know, we're not going to get Isak either.
No, it is a pity, but it's Arsenal, isn't it, really? I'd like the superstar who's just gone Real Madrid, but if we're going to be realistic, it was never
going
ever
to get anyone like Mbappe.
There you go. This is what I'm getting at. We shouldn't be in this particular stage, you know what I mean? 20 odd years later, but we are how we are. We're going for players like this. He's turned us down. It is what it is.
I don't think players though. They did try and say about Victor Osimhen, but they're going to want about 120 million for him or something like that.
Is he worth it though?
Yeah, but last season, he had a poor season last year, didn't he?
Yeah.
Compared to the year before. The year before, everybody wanted him. Everybody was after him. Everybody wanted him. If Man City hadn't signed Haaland the year before that, they would have signed Victor Osimhen. I have no doubt about that. But we're linked to a whole host of players. Another one come up, didn't it, earlier? Joshua Zirkzee from Bologna. Another young player, 23 years old, but
AC Milan have got him in there.
You know, another big, tall player, but I'm not so sure about him either. I know he was on loan, wasn't he? Where was he on loan? Was it Bayern Munich?
I'd text Solanke.
Hey?
I'd text Solanke.
Oh, Solanke was just been linked again today. When Dominic Solanke come up again today. Well, what do you think of that one, Gunnar Matata? Dominic Solanke?
To be honest, if he's available and we need him, it's this. I'm not playing around. We need that league. And as I said, Sesko wasn't the main man, but it's the first rumour I heard, and 4 other strikers. I just preempt it and said, look, you've got 2 players at Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? Pit the business together. Grab Bruno G and just move on. But now we can't. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out like what avenue is he going with. So we need a defender, so go and get him. You got what's his name? The Real Madrid player.
Which one?
Deves, whatever his name is. He used to play for City. Just come out of the blue. Hold on, let me get.
I don't know. I haven't seen that one yet.
He's a player maker.
I see Solanke got 21 goals in all competitions last year. That's what we need. You know,
it's not earth-shattering for me.
I know it's not. Yeah, well, isn't Solanke more exciting than Sesko?
Yes.
Yeah, because he's played in the Premier League and he's he can do it. But then you look at Ivan Toney as well. Ivan Toney possibly going to Spurs, 40 million.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Well, he's got desperate then if he's going to Spurs, hasn't he?
I bet he has.
Yeah, because, you know, we're not going to go for Tony. He went off the boil, didn't he? You know.
Sure did.
You know. So I think all we are looking for is a backup striker for that Eddie position. So I think we're only going to have 40, 50 million for a striker. That's the problem.
Right, listen.
If we keep knuckling them down, the strikers are getting brought by other teams, and this is what I'm panicking about.
Yeah.
Get it over the line. I know it sounds stupid getting like, just say we did get him, Cisco, yeah? Add these goals up with everyone else's calculations. We got a little, not a machine there, but the whole team's scoring as one, him in. We could do something, but I get what everyone's saying. Fuck him off, we move on. But now go and get a machine. Don't mess around. Go and do it. Get us over that line.
I just don't think we've got enough money to spend. If they're saying we've only got 200 million, we already know we need a centre back and a midfielder. So I just don't think we're going to pay more than 40, 50 million for a striker.
Well, we would have if you didn't spunk the rest on the 22 players deadwood on the bench. But I get what you're saying. It's Moscow Youth Academy, isn't it? That's what I've heard. It's
like out of all the money that we're going to spend, I think the majority of the chunk of the money is going to have to go in a DM, isn't it?
Well, he's trying to pay off the Reina deal, isn't he? He's got to pay off his clause.
That's 27.
Yeah. 26 million. That's nothing, though, is it? That's all good. That's probably already paid, isn't it? Now
that's just another storyline. He's got to get rid of Ramsdale to cover that payment, and then cover his position if he gets injured by bringing in reserve goalie, I presume.
I think one thing that we're not remembering, right, is if we get rid of Smith Rowe, Nelson, Ramsdale, we actually have to have homegrown players in our team, don't we?
Oh, without a doubt, we can't lose that.
So if we get rid of all these English players, we've got to bring English players back in.
Correct.
So that's where we are stuck a bit, aren't we, Lee? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got the shotgun out.
Yeah, but it's like David Raya. I know he's technically Spanish, but he came and did his trade at Blackburn, and he's classed as a homegrown player. Raya is. So he's one we've got in now as one. But if we lose Kieran Tierney, Nelson, Smith Rowe, these are all homegrown players, aren't they?
That's true.
And at the moment, who we got to bring up from the academy? Is it just Ethan?
Win.
He's signed. He's been promoted to the first team squad, isn't he? Recently.
Yeah. So there's one of our homegrown players, but yeah, it's one because haven't you got to have 5 or 6 homegrowns in your team?
There is a number. I'm not quite sure. I think it might in the squad of 22 or 24.
Yeah,
I think
it might be about 6.
Around between 8 and 10, something like that.
Yeah. So we have to think about that.
Yeah.
And it's like it's like just going on to KT when we're talking about these outgoings and things. It's like, I don't think Kieran Tierney is good enough for us anymore. I don't. But 10 million, are they insane?
What about 50 for Ramsdale?
Yeah. But I'm hearing that we want to sell KT for 10 million.
I think it's just about getting him off the wage bill and just getting a little bit of dough for him because I don't know how well his loan spell at Real Sociedad went. Was it Real Sociedad? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah. But can we at least get 25 million for him?
Get our money back. That's what we paid for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad business.
And I'm also hearing the little talk that Kivior wants to leave.
He wants to leave?
Yeah, because he's not getting enough game time. And he can see now, with Zinchenko, and it's going to be and Tommy and Timber. It's going to be for that left back position. It's going to be Timber or Tommy, I think, at the minute.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know really. I don't know where we're going to go, but we've certainly got a few players we need to ship out.
Yes,
but
it's just need to replace them with better. Can't just ship out all these players. And just replace them with like for like. We need to replace them with better.
Yeah.
But then when you think about who's going to come and play second fiddle, like everyone's saying about the right wing position, like backup for Saka, who's going to come and be second fiddles with? Someone of value.
Who would you take? Who would you want for Saka's replacement? 50-50. You need to replace him off.
Elise, but we'll never get him.
That's what I was thinking. But Chelsea, who's going for him? I think it was Chelsea pull out the fucking money.
Chelsea, Elise's going to apparently Chelsea are in for Elise.
That's the one.
Jeremy Frimpong was one I was thinking. He's a right back and right winger. Good little player he is. I think he scored the other night. Was it last night or the night before when they played?
Is he the player for Bayern?
He's at Leverkusen.
Oh, I thought he was at Bayern Munich. Okay,
he's Dutch, isn't he? He plays for Leverkusen.
Yeah,
but he's a good player. We could, they're saying for him, value-wise, around about 45 million. But this is the point. This is the problem. He's not going to want to come to Arsenal and be second fiddle to Saka. They're he's about the same age. He's about 22, 23.
This where Arteta needs to sell his story to these players, mate. He needs to sell them the philosophy and sell them, listen, you're going to be the man, the legend, the one to make it for us. And they need to buy into it again like everyone else has.
Yeah.
We'll have a 21-year-old turning us down. It's disrespect, but we get why. Happy days. Let's move on.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm trying to say? We should be ruthless right now.
We've got to be ruthless. We have got to be ruthless.
Because it's the transfer market open now?
Friday.
No, Friday. So that's why I'm not kicking off, because obviously it could bring out people on Saturday morning, and I'll be like, everyone would be laughing and buzzing, but it don't sound like it.
So how are they saying that these deals are done with Douglas Luiz and everything like that? Then
they're not done. They're not signed and sealed, are they? They're just like
in the bag,
gentlemen's agreements. Like they're not. They can't actually confirm a transfer until Friday. But that's another one. I've done a video with Douglas Luiz today, and then I see about an hour later, after I've done the video, that that's it. He's going to Juventus and swapping with Weston McKenzie and another player.
Yeah, with the other player. I'm just going to have a look. See, I think, for me, for our DM position, I would take Douglas Luiz at the minimum. Yeah. I do think Luiz could do a job for us because he's a good player. What do you think, Gunnar? Rob?
To replace who? Partey, if he goes?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better than Jorginho, isn't it?
Yeah, because like you say, we've got Jorginho, but he's going to be third or fourth choice, isn't he? And he knows that.
Of course, he's going to be like the El Neni, isn't he?
Like Saka's injured already, unless he's just took a little knock, but he's a bit injury prone anyway. You've got to worry about Rice and all the rest coming back. Just hope the injuries stay off us in the England squad and international Germans and all that. Yeah. And then who we bring in fresh. I want an absolute fresh demon to come in, like a Haaland, but not Haaland. Someone from international come over to the Premier League and fucking rinse it, like a Thierry Henry did. Just come over, just smash it.
The other guy is Weston McKenna and Samuel Illing Jr. So they're going to. So it's 20 million. It's 20 million cash, 20 for McKenna, and 25 for Illing. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a mistake for Luiz. I think he should be coming to us, shouldn't he?
Berhem Davies. Berhem Davies.
You know what I like?
Just found his name. I can't pronounce it.
Who's that?
The Everton player, Amadou Onana.
Yeah, you see.
Onana, yeah.
I like him, man. He reminds me of Thomas Partey. He's the same. Similar build, big, long legs. He carries the ball well, can pass. I like him, man.
For me, so I would go Douglas Luiz. I would go Onana as well. I would probably like Frankie de Jong.
Yeah,
he's injured.
He won't leave Barcelona. He won't
he's
leave.
Just turned out injured, isn't he?
Hey?
Yeah, I heard he's injured. But I think the player that we probably do need is Bruno Guimaraes.
Yes.
But
although there's a little problem, he might have to be sold as well.
He's got 100 million release clause. So at the end of the day, if they hit the release clause, that's it, isn't it?
That would be an outstanding partnership with Rice.
Oh, mate, because you watch Bruno Guimaraes on the pitch. He's aggressive, isn't he? He's like a Vieira, mate. Aggression.
Yeah, he's good at the dark arts and all. The little
little elbows. But that's what we've missed, mate, for 10 years. We had a bit with Xhaka, but we need somebody with some balls in the midfield, don't we?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So the top target.
Go on.
Yeah, so definitely my top target's Bruno, then De Jong, then probably Luiz, then I'd probably put Onana at the end. But I would take him.
There's plenty that we've been linked with. I'm just looking through who we've been linked with, like Zubimendi. There's loads of every day we link with a different player. And why is it only Arsenal? Seriously, why is it only Arsenal linked with? Is it just because I watch Arsenal videos on?
Well, be honest, you know why?
Is that because the majority of the Arsenal YouTube fan base is clickbait and full of crap?
That could be true. There's another player that I was looking at as well that was mentioned. Is Youssouf Fofana?
Yes,
Monaco.
Yeah,
another DM, another player that could play well with Declan Rice. He could play the 6 and the 8. You know what I mean? Another player done all right. We're getting linked with all these players, and sometimes it gets a bit frustrating because how many players are we going to be linked with, and how many players we're going to sign. we're going to sign 2 or 3 players this summer.
Do you reckon?
And they're not all going to be midfielders. They're not all going to be strikers. And we've got to sign. I think we've got to sign a striker, a midfielder, and a defender.
At the minimum.
We've got to sign another little bit of spine.
The goalie.
Yeah. Yeah, but a backup goal is only going to be 10 million, isn't it?
Well,
Do you reckon?
Still could have stopped messing around and just kept Ramsdale, but yeah.
I think we should just keep it.
Yeah, I would keep him. If Ramsdale's happy to stay, I would keep him without a doubt. But I tell you who I would like. If Ramsdale's going to go, I like to have a second keeper who's like a bit of an older head, if you know what I mean, that can come in on them pressure moments. I would pick somebody like David. I would pick somebody like Chesney's going to Saudi. I would pick David De Gea. Is that his name?
De Gea.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I would take De Gea as a second keeper.
How's Gunnosaurus, mate?
Gunnosaurus has a sore ass.
Bloody hell!
Any more
How are you?
questions? I'm not going to answer any more questions till my lawyer is present.
How are you, Dave?
I'm alive, man. I just saw the Irish lose to Portugal 3-0, so I'm a bit,
Please tell me Ronaldo. Please tell me Ronaldo didn't score.
He scored 2 in the second half.
Oh my God, mate! Your team's
Still
finished
got
if you let Ronaldo score.
There, bro. Seriously, bro. He would have scored 7 against England.
Yeah, probably.
The way they played
Iceland with Ronaldo, 7-0.
I didn't even watch the England-Iceland game, mate.
I'm only joking, lads. I'm only winding.
Yeah. I don't watch internationals very much, to be honest.
I wouldn't blame you with the team England have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm only winding you up, lads. I'm only joking.
Listen. I think was gonna touch on this on the England Iceland game, but we might as now you mentioned the international football. We might as well say it now. Our players, and there's a lot of backlash on the negative press that Saka and Mainu have got.
Yeah, mate. Happy with
that game, and I think it's disgusting, mate. They played for 20. Saka played for 25 minutes, something like that. And it was his picture in the back of the Sun. I think there was another paper, and they was pinning the blame on him.
It just sums up humanity, mate.
Yeah, basically what they're doing is planting seeds, aren't they, in people's heads? You know, he's the problem. He was the problem in the Euros. They're doing that one again, aren't they?
It's an absolute fucking joke, mate. It pissed me off, that did, to be fair.
How was the game anyway? How did England play?
Oh, they were shit, mate. They were absolute shit. I don't listen for that. Non-competitive games, non-competitive international games are fucking crap. Don't matter who's saying, they're shit. They're shit. It turned into, they scored after about 10 minutes or 11 minutes. And basically what it turned into a training session, defence versus attack.
Yeah.
Because they just sat back, they went, park the bus, and England trying the low block, they just couldn't break them down the whole game.
Is that what it was all game, low block?
Low block. They hit
a very low block, a very low block.
Yeah, they tried to counter attack a couple of times, and but they did score from a counter attack. To be fair,
but I'm like, why has Southgate picked Lewis Dunk when he should be taking Jared Braithwaite? Things like that. It's just they're chalk and cheese, mate. That Dunk's as slow as a snail. And then you've got a young, ambitious player that's been one of the best players at Everton all season and probably one of the most consistent defenders. I'll tell you who's also been a real consistent defender this year. The guy from Everton called Tchaikovsky.
Yeah, Tchaikovsky.
Yeah, he's a British fellow as well. And he's obviously...
He didn't work out for him in England, did it? He had a few caps, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's in his 30s, and him and Braithwaite, we can slag off Everton all you want. They've got the second cleanest goal sheets, you know what I mean? And they've probably been better than it shows in the league defensively.
That's because
I just don't get it.
The player
yeah.
We only beat them 2-1, man. We only
Yeah.
beat them 2-1 in the last game of the season, so they're not that bad. You know what I mean? We only beat them 2-1.
Yeah.
They had us on the rack, man. They had us under pressure.
Yeah.
They did.
You know, so I just don't get. I find international football to be boring just because of how we play it.
But what I don't understand is that you were 1-0 down. Okay, I'm not taking the piss now, yeah, because like my team Ireland, we were shit. You were 1-0 down. You had like 80 odd minutes to get back in the game. There's no need to fucking panic. Just move the ball. But like you said, it was low block attack against defense. If England had just got one and leveled it up, different game. Don't panic.
Yeah.
Why panic? They were fucking panicking. There's no need to panic. You've got 80 odd minutes. Get the equalizer, and then it's a completely different game. You would have seen it, man. You would have seen it. Iceland would have been in the shit. But they panicked. Don't panic. You've got 80 minutes. Move the fucking ball.
Iceland.
So
make Iceland run. Move them around. You know what I mean? Tire them out. And then just pick them off. Why did they panic? Look at the players you have. What the fuck was going on? Southgate, man, get a grip. Grealish, they're not taking Grealish. Fucking mistake. I don't care. Maybe he's injured. Big mistake not bringing Jack Grealish because he's the kind of player
You're naughty, mate.
that can unlock defenses like that.
Make you think twice.
A little bit of space. He gets a little bit of space. You know what I mean?
In a bit.
I would take Grealish for the fact that. Yeah, I would take Grealish for the fact that you can put him on for 10 minutes and he'll get you a free kick in a vital position.
He can ride the challenge. He's physically robust. Yeah. He's physically strong. That's what you need. And him and Foden, you know what I mean?
But you know, with Grealish, because he's a bit tricky and a bit fiddly with his feet, he draws defenders out, and he's so important like that, isn't he? We need somebody like that. Last 10 minutes, let's get something out of a game, but we haven't got him there.
He can win you a free kick because he does like to dive a lot. He should have been a swimmer.
you have to give credit though to Iceland as well. They are an athletic team. They can run for 90 minutes.
Yeah,
they're quite physically fit. They're actually like athletes. The 11 of them, they're fast. They looked much fitter than England. Much fitter.
England, I don't know.
They look fitter, physically fitter.
I don't think they took it serious enough. I don't think they could be bothered, to be fair.
No.
They better fucking take it serious, man, in the first game. It's Serbia, isn't it? Serbia.
Big up, yes. Anthony. How you doing, mate? You have got the link if you want to come on the show.
You got hands like shovels.
You picked the team for the future, basically.
He was talking about me earlier having a handbag. I disagree.
We were just talking earlier.
You have condoms in it, right?
It's actually an Arsenal satchel. You see, it's a man bag.
That's a fanny pack.
Yeah, I've got one.
A fanny pack.
You know what I mean?
No, that's a bum bag that you put around your waist. That's one that goes over your shoulder.
My mate wants to know if you got any tensors in there.
Top on. I'm a road man. I'm out on the road. You know what I mean? It's not.
Have you got any? He looks like he's selling MDMA at a rave.
Well, that's my cousin. Not me.
Hey, Dave. What did you reckon to Douglas Luiz going to Juventus?
Dave Hilton is his name.
I think it's a positive move for everybody involved.
What? Yeah. Not for us. We could deal with him.
Yeah, but Juve are Juve, man. I'm happy for him. He's the one with the bird, isn't it? The hot bird.
Yeah,
Swiss bird.
Yeah, the one that you fawn over.
The Swiss bird, yeah.
Yeah,
I actually don't think her.
Yeah, but I was thinking,
her as much as the Irish women. Let me show you a picture of the Irish ladies. 1 second.
Well, hang on, Dave. I would think he would want to stay in the Premier League because she plays for Aston Villa.
What's that?
This is the Irish ladies relay team. They're gone into the final.
Oh, is that your pillar theme for later on?
Nice. Look at the two. Look at the two here.
Got the Saurus and Greensaver.
Those two. Yeah. Look at those two.
I can't look at women like that. I can't look at women like that. I'm married.
Lads, they'd fucking absolutely. Your back would be in traction for
cool,
6 months after. You'd be going around with a fucking. You know what I mean?
I'm going to see my my daughter this morning. She's having a
Keep it
baby
clean,
in
lads. Keep
2
it clean.
weeks.
Keep it clean.
Keep it clean, lads. Keep it clean.
It's
Right.
fucking sleeping too, man. You're back to be in traction for 6 months. You'll be going to physiotherapist.
Right. This is a question.
They'd laugh at your best. They'd laugh at your best.
This is a question I wanted to put out to the panel. Not a question, but this is a topic. Look at them guns. Anthony must be jealous.
Anthony, read it and weep, boy. And I'm quick, Anthony. I'm quick.
Right. This is something I wanted to talk
God,
about.
it's nice to see you again.
This is
Nice to
something
have
I
a chat,
wanted to
lad.
talk about and see what everybody
Here
wanted
in
to
private
say about
location.
this. Right, now come on, let's
What do
get
you mean?
serious. Let's get
What
serious.
do you mean a private location?
It'd be an
Right.
Etihad.
The hearing, Man
Una
City.
Batata, we need to see you.
Listen, the hearing, Man City suing the Premier League is being held in a private location. No journalists allowed.
McDonald's.
With a candle.
What
Sorry.
do you think? What do you think that's all about? It's going to be like in a secure private location.
Headbutts all over the place, mate.
Eh?
It's a swindle. It's a
Headbutts all over the
swindle.
place. Sucking each
Yeah.
other off, mate.
Brown envelopes.
It
Plenty
makes,
of that going on.
it makes you think. I think it should be in the public domain. I think
Yeah.
You
this is
scratch
very
my back,
important.
I scratch yours.
Everyone's talking
It's a-
over each other again.
Oh, yeah.
I think this should be. I think this should be
OSG's fault.
in public. I think that it should be like
The media should be allowed
It's
in.
our
The
Premier
media
League,
should
right?
be allowed in.
it's our Premier League. It's everyone's
Yeah.
Premier League. It's not fucking Man City's Premier League, right? It's not their
Yeah.
league. Why
Yeah.
are they getting this? Why is this being done in private? It raises
I
a
can't be
lot
having
of
attitude
questions.
Money
towards Arteta.
talks.
Fucking have him. Get out.
Money
It's
talks.
Man City, you wrong uns.
It's right. You know, it's like this
Money
is seriously quite dodgy that they're doing it behind closed door. And I think what they've brought up is Man City have said that these laws that you brought in place are not fair. Well, if they're saying they're not fair, they're kind of admitted that they're guilty and they've actually breached them, aren't they?
Of course.
You know, so they're kind of saying they're not fair. This is the reason why we've been caught. So they're admitting they've done it, and now all of a sudden it's behind closed doors. Yeah, there's something not right here.
The
And it,
media should be allowed in, man. The
Smokescreen.
media should be allowed in. The minutes should be recorded for everyone. You know what was said, what took place.
Yeah.
you know, I don't
A bit
usually
of
comment much.
transparency, yeah.
I don't usually. Well, I don't think they are very transparent, are they? You know, I think there's.
Yeah.
What's happened there? Well,
You look fantastic, boy.
Hello?
Oh, he's trying a few things.
Right. So we're gonna do it like this. We're gonna give you opinions one by one. So just so we're not speaking over each other, so we
Yeah,
can
sure.
everyone can hear properly. So Scott, go on. You say your piece first, mate.
well, I think I just did. Now, you know, I think it's dodgy. I think it should be transparent. It should be in front of everybody. Like you said, the Premier League is about the fans and everything. It's not about who can slide the most money in an envelope. And I think they are slightly making a bit of a mockery out of it all now. And I think all this pushes to me, this for me, is just going to make the Super League happen more.
You mentioned
In
it,
the
good
end.
lad.
Yeah, and that's my point. So, next one.
I'm next.
All right.
Get me out of the way.
Here you
I just
go.
think
Rob.
it's smoke screen.
Who is
Just
that?
smoke screen, people. From day dot, you had from the Premier League,
very
right? You had us
mysterious.
winning it or not. We transferred to Klopp announcing that he's leaving. That was a big smoke screen, so nothing else was mentioned. Super League was mentioned about 3 years ago. That don't get mentioned anymore. Now we're talking about the City situation. Once that dies down, the Super League will creep in again. Then it would be about other things. It's just everything's just smoke screen, and everyone's creaming all over it every day. Until we get the final situation, we all have to just believe that they've done what they've done, whether they're true or not. We can't get to the point until they come out with the evidence. But if they're going private sectors, then we know it's a bit dodgy there, mate. If you've got nothing to hide, come out. Simple.
Exactly that. And
Agreed.
Dave.
Yeah, guys, listen, I'm going to keep it simple as I always do, yeah. I mean, the fact that what's been going on, I mean, how many titles have City won in the last 7 years? They've won 6 of the last 7. They've also won the Champions League. They came out of nowhere. I mean, they've established themselves as this team. But of course, financially, with the takeover, with the financial situation, rules have been broken. And you're telling me now they're not going to be held accountable. That's what I have in my mind straight away when I see this. They're not going to be held accountable. So they get all the 6 titles in 7 years, a private hearing, behind closed doors, no media involved. Who knows what's going to be said? Who knows what's going to take place? What has gone on before that? They obviously put it off until they had won the league. Yeah, they put it off. They didn't know how far they were going to go in the Champions League. Maybe they would have won that too. Last season they did the quadruple. Yeah, I have it right. Yeah, they did, didn't they? Or was it just the treble? The treble. Last season they did the treble, right?
No,
I mean, the success that they have had, that has been created by the whole financial situation. Now the financial fair play rules. I mean, the smaller clubs have been penalised harder. You know what I mean? And that is what I think is also unfair. And I'm not talking about Arsenal Football Club, this, that, and the other. I'm on about the smaller teams. Didn't they fuck Newcastle? Wasn't it? Yeah. I mean, it's unfair, man. Different rules. One set of rules for City, one set of rules for the rest of the league. Is that the way it is? I mean, seriously, no? I mean, they've had all the success you could ever want. Guardiola said that if any of it was proven correct, that there had been, that with the payment of different people, himself included, that the money had been taken and paid illegally to him, for example, he would walk away immediately. So, I don't know, you can't trust anyone these days. I mean, it's just, you know what I mean? And we're in the position where if City had actually been cut back points, we would have been champions the last 2 seasons. Anyway.
I don't want to win like that, though, Dave. You know,
I do. I'll take fucking anything, man. I'll take anything.
Look at this comment. Look at this comment. Someone's calling us.
I would hire an open top bus and go to Islington on my own.
Someone's calling us all stupid and calling us morons here. Look.
I don't think they're calling us.
I like your profile, mate.
Hey?
Are they calling us it?
These guys are stupid. Why it's behind closed doors, question mark. How many hearings aren't behind closed doors?
A lot of hearings, they let the media in, though. Closed doors means that there's no media.
Yeah, there's no media. Why ain't there no media?
I'll put
Premier League. It ain't about anything else. It ain't about.
They should do the press conference like the UFC do, and all the boxing and all that kind of stuff.
I saw the hearing of fucking man Bondi a few hours ago. So that's pretty recent.
Here's a comparison for you. Like him or not, Donald Trump's hearing has been put in all the public, hasn't it? Yeah?
Yeah. There's one there for you, England, UK.
So if Donald Trump is an ex-president and he can't keep his hearing from being in the public eye, who do Man City think they are?
Anyway, England, UK, you think
revolutionise the world.
England, UK, you think we're all stupid? That's fine. You might as well go and subscribe to my channel anyway if you think I'm stupid.
Yeah, because he's a
subscribe to me anyway. Come support my channel. You know what I mean?
It's all madness over mine, mate.
You think I'm stupid? You can have a laugh off my channel then. Come sub to my channel, bro.
And I think I'm the fifth. You know what I mean? And I think I'm the 5th Beatles, so we are all stupid.
2,216 subscribers can't be wrong, my friend. Boom.
Welcome, Anthony.
England, UK. Was that for us or the actual people we're talking about? Just asking.
I think he. Yeah.
Look at Anthony. Anthony, we're all stupid, bro.
Let's. Anthony, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on, mate. What do you think about this Man City hearing, suing the Premier League behind closed doors? There's no journalists allowed. There's nothing allowed to be. No one else allowed to see the hearing or know what's going on. What do you think of that? Do you think it's a bit dodgy?
Well, yeah, it does seem dodgy, and if anything, it makes him look guilty, doesn't it?
In one way. Guilty. Exactly.
So, well, what can we say about that? So, I mean, obviously, it's all about all this other stuff. It's not just that; it's all about the allegations and all that as well. So, it doesn't look good for them. It don't look good for them at all. And why is it that it's got to be done by a private location? God knows why. So, all we're going to see is what comes out in the if Sky Sports release it, or or Talk Sport or anything like that. This is the only way we'll find out the final outcome of it. So, but no matter what, they have got the money, which money buys in power. When I say power, I mean the top solicitors. And from the 115 charges that they get done by, I suppose they're finding guilty on about 4 or 5 of them. Which, in all
get 3
fairness,
points.
yeah, which in all fairness, they should be banned for buying players this season, and also they should start off like Forest and like Everton on a minus points. Well, basically minus points. You know, minus 10 points, minus 20 points at the start of the season, and they should not have with a fine as well.
Haven't Leicester got a start on a point deduction?
Yeah, they start on minus 10.
Wow.
Does anyone? Sorry to jump in. Does anyone know about the West Ham player? What he got finally for his betting and all that kind of stuff? He got slammed 10 years ban or something.
Who?
Yeah, they're on about him getting a 10-year ban because this betting scandal. But listen, if he does this 10-year ban, he's game over for him. He's out for his entire career. So what's the point in that? So do you know what I mean? So if it comes out, if he's found guilty, personally, it should be exactly the same as what Ivan Toney had. In my opinion, banned for a season, and then that's it.
This is what I'm trying to find out.
Results.
Whether I'm going off topic, guys, I don't know. But the fixing and ban and all this scandals in the Premier League. So if Man City have done this big, massive scandal, and all these players, Nottingham Forest, Everton have been done, Man City have to have some big charges coming at them. Seriously. If we're hearing all the public dealt with behind closed doors, mate, they know they've done something wrong.
I think it's going to be what Anthony said. They're going to be fined 2 or 3 charges and probably get 3 or 4 points deducted.
Well, you know
the Rovers fans, right?
You know what they're suing the Premier League for, didn't you?
Terrible.
Do you know why they're suing the Premier League? Because there's a new law in 2021 saying that there can't be a third party business associated with sponsoring. Like, so Man City, they've got the owners basically own another business which they use to sponsor Man City for astronomical money, and that's how they filter the money into the club.
I can see them slowly developing more clubs under their name, doing more fraudness, suing the Premier League. Bye Premier League, hello Super League.
Yeah, I think it will push.
Mentioned. Protests has been kicking off.
It won't come to that. It won't come to that. And do you know what I reckon it'll be later on? I reckon TNT Sports and Sky Sports will start gradually losing.
Yep.
You know, the games. And every team, it'll start off with the top teams first. They'll have their own football station where you'll have to subscribe, you'll have to pay a monthly fee to watch your own team play on games. And then certainly when that happens, the lower teams in that league start having their. It's like MUFTV, Man United own TV, Arsenal TV. You know, you would have to subscribe to them and pay a monthly fee to watch your own game. I reckon
possibility
that's coming in. Yeah.
VAR
I'd do that. I'd pay to watch Arsenal every week. As long as you weren't astronomical money, like £20 a month or something like that, I can watch Arsenal every game. I can watch. I'd do that, wouldn't you?
I would. Yeah, I feel that the price would go up.
Winning.
Yeah, it'd be extortionate prices for the month. It start off cheap at first, but then it'd go up gradually after the season. So it'd be like £25 a month. Next season, you'd be talking at least double. It'd be about £50 a month. Easily.
Well, then people should be dropping off then if they're going to if that happened, because then you might as well just go to the game.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
The problem, sorry, no, guys, but the problem with Manchester City is just because they're the richest club in the world, just because they have so much money, they could afford the best lawyers, the best legal team to defend the case, just because they found loopholes in the case. And now they're going to sue the Premier League. It doesn't make it right. They broke a lot of laws. They broke a lot of rules. Just because they have the money to get the best legal team money can buy. They broke rules. It doesn't make it right.
I think they're admitting guilt. Because they've said these rules are there. We don't agree with them. So they're admitting they have broke them. So to me, that's through the book.
Guardiola said he would leave, man. If there was any proof of any of it,
Yeah.
he said he would go. And he is a man I trust him. He's a man of, he has a bit of honor and a bit of dignity. He would leave. So I think that's what they're worried about mainly. And if he leaves, you know what I mean?
And I think that's his reasoning for saying this is his last season, isn't he? Because he knows it's going to happen.
Dave, it all comes down to business. It all comes down to business.
Yeah.
It's like what Lee said. They're sponsored by their own company, so obviously that injects money into the football club. They get fined. It's crafty way of doing it, but it's a clever way of doing it because what it is, they're fined guilty, right? They pay X amount of millions pounds for a fine. And then the money that they get left over with, they get X amount of million pounds left over, which would be injected into the club. So they're carry on paying the fines and getting money in the club at the same time.
Yeah. Would also that money that if they put it into their own own club, would it be all tax free as well? Excuse me.
No, it won't be tax because in all fairness, it is them. But you've got to think, Man City's in England. England is a taxable country, so there will be tax involved. So, and there'd be quite a bit of tax in that as well.
Yeah.
Right, but what they do is what they've done. Well, I don't know how true. This is what you know what you hear. I'm only repeating what I hear, so you can't take it as gospel. But for an example, I said it last week when I was doing the show on my own. For example, if Nike sponsored Man United, 100 million for the season. 100 million.
On screen arm wrestle.
That's
Team Hamilton.
they find that quite feasible. But if the sponsorship that Man City own as well, but instead of being 100 million, it'd be more like 10 or 2 billion or something.
Yeah,
so it's astronomically more than what a normal sponsorship contract would be. So that's why they've got the feelers out going, hold on a minute, this is a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a clever way of doing it, though, Lee, because they've got basically the saying is they got their fingers in the pie. Yeah, that's what it is. So they pay that fine, and also they make absolutely millions on the side of that one as well once that fine's paid for. It's a clever psychological way of doing it, and they're even though it's a pain in the ass because they're the only ones doing it, but they've got the power to do it as well. And they got clever people working in basically the owners are very clever people. So
I think Newcastle are a richer club, you know. I think they're Newcastle's owner.
They are. They are.
It's
just that everybody's got a different way of doing their business and making money. I mean, people can say, well, look, that's not a good idea. I'd rather go down this road and do my business. And people, do you know what I mean? Vice versa. But at the end of the day, they're all still going to make that X amount of millions and millions of pounds. So,
Yeah. But the thing is that, sorry for interrupting you, Anthony, but the thing is that Manchester City, how did they get to the point where they are now? Through financial
knock at the door.
doping.
Hang on, I'll be
Through
back.
financial doping. That's how they got to the point where they are now. Arsenal, steadily, we had some fans and we had a bit of money. How did City get to the point where they are now? Like Chelsea, financial doping. That's how. They came from nowhere.
There's no other way.
I'm not going to begrudge them their title wins because they played fantastic football last season, the season before, the treble, the Champions League, the FA Cup against United, Gundogan, brilliant football. I'm not going to deny them, but financial doping. That's how they got to the point where they are.
Basically, that's what you can
call
it.
Not a level playing field. It wasn't.
I know what you're saying, Dave, but they're just clever people, and that's what they do. And people like that, they pay the fine and they get away with it, and they get all these like the 115 charges. I guarantee you, they'd lower that 115 and it'd be down to 5 charges.
They make an agreement, if you admit to the 5, you throw out the other 110. They'll have it all drawn up, the paperwork. If you admit to the 5, this, and this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They'll get their money.
But because they've let it drawn out for so long, I mean, straight away, Everton put their hands up, or Forest put them up. One of them put their hands up straight away, and that's why they got like a instead of a 10-point deduction, they got 6 points. I think I can't remember which club it was. It was either Forest or whatever. One didn't admit it straight away, but very soon after admitted it, and that is why they got a deduction like that as well. But if it had gone, they were saying if they had kept denying it would have gone on. They would have got a much bigger punishment.
It would have cost a lot more.
Yeah. I mean, you think of it. The next season, when the Premier League starts, you've got Leicester at the bottom, which is on -10, and then just above them is going to be Nottingham Forest because they start on -4.
-4. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Madness.
It's madness. Yeah. But it's the way of doing it. It's the way of doing it. But so.
Everyone else might have a chance. Arsenal might have a chance of winning the league if they start.
Oh yeah, come on.
Need some players first.
I think we could do. If Man City are on -10 points, so we could win the league with the team we've got now.
Don't start, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, we could. Well, we was close to winning it.
I think that Arne Slot is going to guide Liverpool to the treble.
Who?
Arne Slot. I have a feeling they're going to do something.
You reckon?
No.
Yeah, I have a feeling they're going to be back. I think Liverpool will be competitive.
I don't think they will because you look at the Dutch managers that come over here. Ten Hag, he hasn't done that. Well, he's done better than Mikel Arteta. He's won 2 trophies in 2 years: Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. You know, he's done better than our manager, Mikel Arteta. Let's be honest.
Right? How dare you?
But,
we won the Community Shield.
How dare you?
How dare
you?
Scott, that's a dinner plate, mate. That's a dinner
I know
plate.
it is. I know it is.
A glorified dinner plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just polished it up a bit.
That's what Dave takes to work with him on his lunch break. Look for work. He has it on there.
Really should.
Reminds me of the Leprechaun's pot of gold. You look at the bottom of the rainbow. There's me with my pants down, wanking onto the pot of gold.
Oh my god! Oh.
That's even disgusting. You're just a bunch of animals. You know?
That is disgusting, Dave.
I always get away with it. Lee, you
that explains. Lee, that explains why he's got a natural right hand. Yeah.
Right hand's like Popeye. The left hand's like olive oil.
Yeah. I guess that's the one on your right, Dave. That's the hand you use, isn't it?
Yeah, but I turn it this way, and then I make it think that it's my ex-wife.
Oh,
looks like it's someone else.
Boys, let's go away from the.
Yeah, let's clean it up.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's what you put here. What do you think of this deal?
Keep it clean, lads. Keep it clean.
I reckon it's good. I reckon is good. I really want us to get rid of Eddie Nketiah. You know, that's a main thing. Smith Rowe. Do you know what? This is one player that I actually feel sorry for at our football club. He doesn't get the chance. Good player. He is a good player. I do rate him. He's a good player, but his talent is wasted at this club because the one reason being is because Mikel Arteta doesn't want him. Doesn't like him. He doesn't already give him any game time. It's that simple. If Mikel Arteta likes you, you're in the team. If you don't like him, you're not. So, in all fairness, you can't blame him for leaving. He wants to play first team football, you know, and get some games under his belt. And I'm going to say, if they both do go, I wish Smith Rowe all the best of luck in the world. And Eddie Nketiah, I'm sorry, but you're shit. And that's it.
Yeah. Eddie Nketiah become a rapper.
There's breaking news just after coming out, guys. Breaking news. 3 minutes ago, Eric Ten Hag is remaining at United.
Fuck off. No way. No way.
Yeah, I've just seen it as well now. Yeah.
Wow.
Breaking news.
After the end of the season.
Wow.
Just 3 minutes ago.
I'm glad that you said wow.
Well, that's good news.
That's mental, mate. This is Man United we're talking about.
Good news, isn't it? That's good.
Yeah, but you know why they've done that, don't you?
Big up AFC always.
AFC always in the clock end.
Right, so Dave, what do you think of this?
Eddie and Emile to Fulham.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's good if we get rid of Eddie Nketiah because he's crap.
Yeah.
But you know what? Emil Smith-Rowe, I think it's for the best for his career.
Yeah.
Regardless, like I like Emil Smith-Rowe, and I think he's always done his best for the team, for the club, for the manager. He's always been loyal and supportive. He's a good guy in my opinion. And you know what? Never mind the club, yeah. I'm an Arsenal fan, but for Emil himself, he's Arsenal through and through. I think it's good if he just moves on for his own career. Also, his international career. I mean, it's affecting everything, you know. I wish him all the best. I'd be happy, over the moon for him if it goes through. And I think it's necessary for him. And like I said, the club is one thing, but you've got to put like for me, I think it's important that he does well and he needs to move on. And you know what?
Does.
What can I say? I like Emil Smith-Rowe, and he's always been there to be counted on and to be relied upon. And sometimes he's been made to look a worse player than he is by being put on in the last 5 minutes in big games, 10
Not
minutes
fair,
in
is
big
it?
games. What can he do when he's not getting game time? He's been put on the field, and they're expecting him to work magic. It's just not on. I mean, it's for the best if he goes, and I wish him nothing but the best. I think it's a good thing for him. Yeah. Never mind about the club. It's a good thing for Emil.
Yeah.
He's a likable guy. He's always been there to be counted on for the team. We got to give him his dues. We got to give him his respect. He deserves to be treated fairly. Eddie
Got to look
Nketiah is a
after
different
himself.
story. Eddie Nketiah is a waste of space.
Thank you, Dave. Rob?
You've all pretty much covered it, to be honest, mate. It's a shame with Manuel Smith-Rowe. He had a little song for him and all that going. Fucking bless him. Eddie Nketiah, couldn't give a damn. He got the number shirt. I didn't like him to have. Other than that, we move on. But yeah, it is a shame. But good luck to him. Definitely salute the guy. And yeah, you've covered it really. It's a shame. Arteta didn't manage him properly.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Scott, same.
I think we've had, but I personally don't think Smith-Rowe was good enough either. I know it's probably like people like him, and I do like him, but I don't think he's good enough, and he didn't offer us enough variation. So I'm happy for him to leave and get his career going. I'm more concerned about Fabio Vieira staying with us.
That's a good call.
Well, here's one that I've seen as well.
No.
Here's another one I've seen as well. Keeping you where you are, Scott. This
Get
is
him done
today. And let's take
Yeah.
one sec before you go on. Is something for I've just seen Anthony's name. Anthony Herbert is a major fraud on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He was caught. What's that?
Chuffing.
Chuffing.
On long hair
Puffin.
stream earlier when it came about the quiz. I mean, I don't know what that means, Anthony.
Oh, there's a guy called the long hair. There's a guy called the long hair,
on the millionaire. Cheated.
and he's doing a quiz. And listen, you only know what you know, right? So if you know the answer to the question, you put the answer in, and that's what I was doing to the questions. I didn't answer every single question because it was all about different sport. Like, you know, I mean, tennis is one of them. I don't really watch tennis. I don't watch cricket. There's golf. I don't watch golf as well. So, I find those quite boring, new sports. So, but yeah, I couldn't answer any of them. But on the football ones and some other like rugby ones and that, I was answering. So, it was. I thought I didn't do too bad on that one, actually. I don't know what my score is because the quiz is still going on. So
I've seen the long haired. Yeah, I've seen him about on the channels. Yeah,
He's a good guy.
Good guy.
Breaking news. 10 after South Man United. Yeah, we're
happy.
We're going to talk about that in a sec. Anthony was using Dr. Google. Oh well,
Yeah.
Anthony, while you're in the frame, mate. What do you think of this one, Vieira to Porto?
Well, it's good. It's where he bought him from, wasn't it? So he wants to go back to his old club. I think get it done. I mean, there's another. I think personally is another player that Mikel Arteta wasted his money on. 35 million. He bought him in, and now he's going to get rid of. I think he's in the region. Is it 20 mil? I think I read.
Like that. Oh, good business.
So yeah, so it's like what I said. I'm not being funny, and I always say it. Mikel Arteta doesn't know talent if it came up and slapped him in the face, which is true.
I'm
So
not going to
obviously,
argue with that one.
he likes to buy these players in and then sell them for cheap. Uh, I got to be honest with you, lads. We're not bad in getting players in, but trying to get them out the door, bloody hell, that's a different story. Seriously,
I
a different story altogether.
was saying it earlier, Anthony. They're like 10 million for KT.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
10
madness.
million,
I thought,
guaranteed.
Madness.
yeah, I thought we could at least get the 27 million we bought him for back.
I thought so because he didn't have a bad season at Sociedad over in Germany. He did really well for them apparently. But then
Yeah.
again, if that's the money, it's because it's just what I said before, Scott. It's to do with Arteta. You know, he didn't like him. They must have had a falling out somewhere behind the scenes, and they stuck him out on loan. Now is his due to come back to the squad. You know, you may think Mikel Arteta being a manager, you would have turned around and said, "Look, you're a good left back. Listen, let's put our differences aside. You're our first choice left back." But Mikel Arteta is so dumb.
He
He's
seems
so
to
dumb.
hold grudges. He holds grudges.
He holds grudges, and that's what makes him a dumb kind of a dumb kind of character, which he is. And I'm sorry if nobody likes that, but I do apologise. But this is what our manager is like.
You crack on,
It's like working in a company and your boss, and you thinking about your boss. How the bloody hell did you get to this level? Because your man management skills are absolutely crap. And this is Mikel Arteta. I'm sorry, but that's it. That's my opinion of Arteta. He's not approachable. He's an adult.
Yeah.
He's a manager of a football club. Yeah, manage. Start using some of this,
That's a fair point.
and you know, leave your personal feelings aside. Right? If you're a top quality footballer and you're going to do a decent job, professionally, yeah, and you're going to do a decent job, you're in the team. Forget our personal feelings aside. Yeah, push them aside. You're here to do a job, play football, win games, and try and win trophies. That's all we want.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that. You know, he's made some right blunders in the transfer department.
Clearly, is already at the club. We have a seasoned international, a quality player in a position we need at the club.
Yeah,
he's proven. We have him already at the club.
But if I was KT, right, I wouldn't even report back for training. What's the point? You don't want him there. For an instant, I'm just going to mention, remember Nuno Tavares? Obviously, we don't rate him at all. And yes, we still have him, but no one ever talks about him. But do you remember when he had that absolute nightmare against Forest in the FA Cup and he subbed him off in the first half? That was the last time we saw Tavares, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
and then he went viral, didn't he? He was did he sort of like he started kissing a dog or something like that? I saw.
He what?
That's where we got wind from.
Yeah. No, he started kissing a dog. He did a video and he was like literally snogging a dog.
Tavares.
That was what he done. Honestly, Tavares, yeah. Honestly, you can actually look it online and yeah, honestly.
I've heard something about that.
What is going on?
Right, our summer transfer window will be a lot worse than the last summer window. I gave that a 4 out of 10, says AFC Always. Also, he's saying, raise your standards and demand more. Never forget.
Okay. I said it.
Definitely.
At least AFC, at least you're consistent.
Yeah.
I'll give you that, mate.
Dave, what do you think about Vieira at the Porto?
Oh, blimey, that's fucking scary.
I think it's good. I don't care where he goes once we get rid of him.
Yeah, okay. And
we have a lot of players that have list the requirements, maybe even 11. Like, I don't know, do you know Drawn by Dre? Dre, the Arsenal fan, he comes on my channel a lot. He did it one day. He went on Transfer Market and he started looking at the players that Arsenal have, and he worked out 11 is the number of players we can actually offload a whole team. Vieira was top of that list.
Yeah,
I think it's good. I don't care where he goes once he leaves. I mean, he's surplus the requirements. He's another player that is costing us money that we don't need at the club. He's costing us money. I mean, first we need to get rid of the deadwood before we can bring in the players that we really need. Look, we had a good season last season, yeah, and I think a little bit of credit has to be given to Arteta. But what Anthony said is 100% right. He's not professional when it comes to man management. He holds grudges against players. Guendouzi, they had a major bust up. You remember that one?
Yeah.
Guendouzi was an animal for us. He was a terrier in the midfield. He got rid
grabbed
of him.
Brighton player by the throat, didn't he?
Yeah.
Told him I earn more money than you, or something like that.
Right.
Arteta is not a man manager. He just can't. Look, he did well for us, yeah, since he's taken over. Okay, we haven't won much, but he's taken us forward. But definitely the situation with Kieran Tierney, he should have addressed that a long time ago. We have a top quality international, seasoned pro in the squad, in a position where we need backup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're reading Timber, people talking about him, but we need backup in positions. We're a bit light. The squad is light.
Yeah.
On most positions.
I'm just looking at transfer market now. Why have we still got Carl Hayne at our club?
Who?
Carl Hayne, the third choice keeper. Why have we still got him?
There was 2 points between us and City at the end of the season. The gap is bigger than that. Their squad is.
Scott, we're going to keep him. We'll keep him because Ramsdale will be gone. That'll be our two keepers. You might as well say we've made our first signing. Raya is going to cost us 27 million after that 3 million loan last season. So he'll definitely be our first signing, Raya. And then Ramsdale, I can see Ramsdale. Yeah, I tell you now, Ramsdale will either go to you go to 3 teams. He'll either go to Chelsea, Man United, because Man United wants to get rid of their goalkeeper. He's reported he wants to go back to Inter Milan. Onana,
Really?
he wants to go back, yeah. And also Newcastle, because you think of it, Pope's still injured, So obviously it's going to be one of those 3. That obviously Ramsdale played for England the other night when we lost 1-0 to Iceland, right? But in all fairness, Ramsdale, in my opinion, is still a good goalkeeper. He's better with his hands than Raya, but Raya is better on his feet. If you notice, Raya's quicker with his feet than his hands. Yeah. So we got 2 good goalkeepers with different set of skills. One with hands, the other one with feet, and that's what it is.
Fucking dog merch.
AFC always. Fan base is the problem.
£30.
And what other top club brings out new merch for Win the Dog, charging €30? Our club is finished. We're moving nowhere.
We've got merchandise for the dog.
Yeah.
Yes. The dog. It is the
no,
dog.
we haven't.
Yeah.
No, it is
Scott,
the dog.
Right, Scott, when I like
dog.
my name's Guna Matata, yeah, I like to stay positive, mate, and win stuff, right? So like I'm 38, yeah, and I ain't spoke for years and watched this fucking team perform like this for the last 10, and it's just threw me up, mate. I've had to start speaking. And since I've started speaking, we're doing well. And then he goes and loses the league this year, and I'm flipped the roof. Now we've got dog merch. He's winning awards. I'm trying to keep it positive. Do you know what I mean? But I can't. I'm factuals, mate. This is bollocks. I want to be the Real Madrid. I want to be.
We're never going to be Real Madrid. We're never going to be Real Madrid.
This is the problem. Why? We shouldn't be sitting here thinking, we're never going to. We should be. That's the problem. The fact. Look at it. Look at that. It's a lovely little teddy.
It's a plush.
Oh, it's beautiful.
He's celebrating, man.
I like that. I'd pay $30 for that.
All jokes aside, you could put it next to Gunnosaurus and have a great party, but it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, don't let him see that, Dave, because Gunnosaurus be upset with you with these pictures.
I don't approve of that doggy teddies. I think that's a bit ridiculous.
It's stupid. Right. I think we've come.
Breaking news, guys. The breaking news was brought to us by all at the same time. Actually, Dave see it, then Scott see it. AFC always put it in there as well in the chat. Ten Hag will be staying. Oh, sorry, Ten Hag will be staying at Man United. I didn't think they was going to sack him. To be fair, after winning the FA Cup, beating Man City in the final, getting revenge on last season, and obviously last season as well, winning the League Cup. I think he done well enough. I think winning trophies this is what winning trophies is about. Playing football is about,
Yeah, for what you
and
say.
you would expect him if he didn't win that final. You'd expect him to be sacked. Man United, you know, they want trophies. They're used to trophies. They're an elite team. They're a massive team, probably the biggest team, or if not the biggest, the second biggest team in the world, only behind Real Madrid. And I believe that they've seen something in that performance against City, and that's why it took so long for them to make a decision, because they had a panel, they had a board of people analysing what's it called? Analysing the season, and they've obviously come to their decision that give him another. Have they given him another year? I don't know if he had a 2-year contract. Did they give him? Has he signed a new deal, or is he?
I'm just reading now. I'm just reading now, Lee, that they said that they're entering into a new contract negotiations with him.
So what? Yeah. Did he have? I thought he had a short contract. Did he? Was it a 3-year? Was it 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, I think it's 3 years.
So he's still. So he has got another year left. So they can take their time on negotiating this new deal. Then, if it can, they're probably going to see how well he does first half of the season. Maybe.
I think the reason why he's got the job still now is because they are going to go for Southgate. Because all the talk behind the scenes is Wilcox, the new guy that's coming in, is really great friends with Southgate, worked with him. And is it that Ashworth guy, good friends with Southgate? Radcliffe likes Southgate. And I think this is just, they're just holding off for Southgate. And I think that's what's going to happen. And I can't wait for Southgate to be the United manager. It's going to be brilliant.
Yes.
It is though, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Do you know what? It's a shame that Southgate couldn't have come earlier to Man United, because number one, I would have loved Southgate at Man United, and number two, I would have quite have easily ripped the piss out of every single Man United fan. I'm sorry, but I would have. And I go on a show with a Man United fan, and he was so upset. He was talking about.
Is that Fuzzy?
Fuzzy. He said if Southgate comes to manage Man United, he's dropping. He's taking his show off there. I said, no, you're not. I said, you've got to have the shit seriously. And do you know what? He'll be happy now that Ten Hag is staying. But I mean, look at it. I mean, they had a real bad performance in the league. And you look at it, the managers out of jobs at the minute. I'm not being funny. If they were to get one of these managers, let's say like a Zinedine Zidane, they would have had to have offered him something like maybe a 25, 30 million pound a year contract. So it would have been cheaper, obviously, to keep Ten Hag there and progress for next season. But I mean, they've got. I think they're going to sell a hell of a lot of players, and I think this is the team, Man United. You're going to see a lot of transfers. You're going to see a lot of people going in, and you're going to see a lot of people going out. I mean, do you know what I mean? And Ten Hag knows that now. Now he's going to stay there for an extra year on his contract. So, but it's like what Scott said. Maybe they might hold out for Southgate for an extra year just to give Ten Hag the choice to bring in a few players and see how he can adjust to that team and get higher up. They really want to get from, because he finished 8th last season, didn't they, Man United? So in all fairness, they want to try and get them at least into the top 4. That 4th spot is most probably an aim for Ten Hag next season. If he gets it, fair enough. If he doesn't, then he didn't get it.
Sorry, winning that FA Cup, did they not? Was it Newcastle they knocked out of the Europa League by winning that FA Cup?
That's right.
That's it. That's right. Yeah. I felt really sorry for Newcastle anyway. I thought with Man United winning that FA Cup, they should have gone back to the very start of the preliminary round. Do you know what I mean? Play a game, then you qualify to go into the Europa League. So I really felt sorry for Newcastle in that respect.
So big up to Tony, Early Doors Football TV. Go check his channel out, everybody. Also,
big up Early Doors. I'm in the corner, mate.
Dave on the panel, Old School Gunner. Go and check his channel out. Blinding channel. Guna Matata at the bottom there. Another content creator. Go and check his channel out as well. All good content creators.
It's a madness.
Like a tongue twister.
I just want to read out these two from AFC Always.
Sorry. You'll see me on a show tomorrow with Tony, where me and Fuzzy, where we do the good, the bad, and the ugly show.
Good
and
show.
That's tomorrow at 8:30.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that. So blinding show as it happens. Anthony will be on there with Early Doors TV, Early Doors Football TV.
Get your Valentine's cards out.
So Alex Ferguson is so pissed off with this. He wanted Pochettino to become the new manager, apparently. Breaking news, Gareth Southgate will become the next England manager for Soccer Aid next year.
No. Gareth Southtown. Gareth Southtown.
Hey, on the discussion of Soccer Aid, did you see Jack Wilshere's asset?
Yeah.
It was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he played well in that game, Jack.
Actually played well.
Oh, assist. You mean assist?
Sorry. Yeah, sorry, assist. Yeah.
Assist.
Yeah.
Wearing that cap forward. Now,
big up the Lions.
You're a farmer. I was calling you a farmer, Anthony.
Oh, he's called me a farmer. Yeah, big up AFC Always. And listen, I'm glad you're well. Glad you're out of hospital as well. And big up to yourself, mate. Yeah.
Big up AFC Always. Pneumonia you had, didn't you?
Yeah.
Good to know he's out.
I can see you in the corner, Guna Matata. Nobody puts baby in the corner.
I'm the boy in the corner.
He's here, look, Tone. Let me just move him over. He's here.
Hello.
It's just that he's off that mask. The lights. It just.
Have you got epilepsy?
I'm disturbed. I'm disturbed that I'm the oldest one here.
How do you know that, Scott?
Because I'm older than. Well, I know I'm older than you. I'm older than all you. I think we've heard before.
Have we? How old are you?
I'm 49, nearly 49.
Much older.
And you're not much older. You're only a year older.
Not much, Scott. Much.
What was you, Anthony?
Me and Dave are the same age. We're 45.
Same age.
And are you 44, Lee?
Are
you 44, Lee?
I'm 48.
Oh, we're the same age.
It's a tie.
Ooh. When's your birthday?
2 on 2.
Do I look it?
Yeah. Hey, when's your birthday?
I'm 48, mate.
When's your birthday?
1 month.
April.
Yeah.
April what?
I can't tell you. I ain't going to tell you in case I start getting all love letters.
Birthday cards.
Birthday
Yeah.
cards.
Don't say the 1st of April. Don't say the 1st.
No, it's not the first. I'm not
Your WhatsApp gift.
Yeah, I'm 49 in October, so I'm the daddy.
Yeah, you're the daddy, mate.
Yeah.
Big up, AFC Always. Glad to see you home with the family. Yeah, glad to see you home, AFC Always.
Definitely.
Thank you, Anthony. It means a lot. Support I've had is crazy. Especially
You've got Jason Statham on the show.
You got your new movie.
You do look a bit like him, man, with the beard. You
He
do.
does look I said he does like Jason Statham. I watched the Meg 2 the other night.
Can you just say, if the milk turns out to be sour, I ain't the kind of pussy to drink it, right? That was from Lock and Stock, wasn't it?
I wish I did look like Jason Statham. I might get a few, bit more attention now.
You do. You've got that look. You've got that look.
This is.
Just look a bit like him.
God.
Kelly Brook.
Kelly Brook.
I tell you what, AFC, you need to come on the show one day because you've got some good stuff.
No excuse. Do what I'm doing. Come on.
You've got some. You need to help him come on, then, yeah. You need to help him come on. He doesn't know how to access Premiere like that. You need to help him.
Yeah, but no, it'd be good to get you on there, AFC, because you go around all the channels and you're really good, mate. You're a miserable bastard, but we love you because you're an Arsenal fan. But
you're miserable. Nothing but misery.
Yeah.
That's in production. That's in production, isn't it?
What's Meg 3? Is that a new film, Jace?
The Shark.
Yeah, the Shark. He's done Meg 1, done Meg 2. He's doing Meg 3, and he's doing Expendables 5.
What was it like working with Brad Pitt?
In real life, it looks more like armpit.
What was it like working as the, what is it? What was that movie he did? He drives the cars.
Frank.
Oh,
Crank.
Crank.
No, but the one where he drives the cars, he's like a chauffeur.
Transporter.
Oh, the
Yeah,
transporter.
Oh, brilliant.
excellent fight scenes in that one.
Yeah. Is it Crank the one where he has to keep jacking himself up with adrenaline to keep himself at a certain
He gives He gives it to a doll one in front of the school bus of Asian girls. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, the the transporter, is that something to do with gender? Right. I might cruise you chaps because my daughter has got 2 weeks before she gives birth, and I've got to go around and help. I'm going to go out. Yeah, I've got to go around and just do a bit of what? I'm looking forward to it, but I just want to go, I've got to go around and help her move a few things and that. I don't want to do anything, so I've got to go do the daddy thing.
I'm already a granddad.
Are you?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Okay,
Bloody hell.
Yeah. 1.5 years.
I am as well. I got 2 grandsons.
Yeah. I can't wait, mate.
My eldest grandson's 3, and my youngest one is almost he'd be 1.
Wow.
I can't.
It's good being a granddad, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just
good,
buzzing, mate. I can't wait to be. I'm going to be proud as punch, mate. Pushing that push chair. I can't wait. It's like
I don't push the push chair.
And to lean on.
Oh, I want to do all that shit. I do. I want to be a hands-on granddad. I want to do all that.
Yeah.
Like,
do you know what, Scott? Even though it makes you feel old, like being a granddad, but guess what? It makes you feel young as well because it takes you back to when your kids was born, when they were that age as well.
Yeah.
Honestly, it does. It does.
I'm just excited because I've had 5 daughters, mate, and I just want
get it out, mate. Good man.
Yeah. So I can't wait to have a little boy around, mate. Teach him how to pick his nose, itch his arse, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
All right, hey, I'm going to cruise chaps because I've got to go and do my dad's thing.
All right, I'll see you, Scott.
I'll speak to you all soon. Cheers, chaps.
Cheers, mate.
Adios.
Right. Hang on a minute. So let's have a look at this. Breaking news. Breaking news is that Real Madrid trying to sue Tottenham and any other team wearing the white top. Oh, that's yeah, that's just as ridiculous as Man City suing the Premier League, isn't it? The hearing's going to go on for 2 weeks. We have spoken about this already. Anyway, the hearing's going on for 2 weeks. Started yesterday, behind closed doors, private, and all that. I think it's an absolute disgrace. But
you're going on too long.
It's just keeping everybody in the dark, innit? We'll treat us all like mushrooms because don't forget it's Man City's Premier League, innit? It's no one else's. Right.
True.
So all right then. So should we call it a night?
All right, man.
Carry on with some more topics.
Have we got any more topics?
Some more facts.
Yeah.
Okay, the Euros.
7-10 to trophies.
Hang on. What's this one? All right, then. Let's go.
Let's not get on to
the Euros.
Arsenal fans laughing at 7 Hag, 2 trophies to 1 Arteta trophy.
That is true. That's in 2 years. That's in 2 seasons. 2 trophies in 2 seasons. Arteta's got 1 in 5.
And Arteta got that trophy with the team from Unai Emery. Basically.
Yeah, so that was Unai Emery's team, not his. So
it was Emery's team. Yeah,
take that out. Take that out. You like it?
Yeah, close but no cigar. Yeah, came close.
Every season has been a progress. If you look back at the points accumulated, every season has been the better season points wise.
And this transfer window, we need to nail down some quality players, man. We need to make sure that we're ready. We need to be ready at the start of the new season. We need to nail down some top quality players. I mean, to complement the players we already have. It's like we go part of the way, but we don't go the full way. It's always that kind of way, you know. We kind of, you know, we need to just make sure of it this time because we do need a bit more firepower. We do need a bit of cover in the midfield and the defense. And I think we'll have a very good chance of winning the title. I'm being serious now. I think we have a very good chance if we can strengthen in those areas. But we need an absolute goal machine. And it's not going to be like buying a player and we're going to get him easy. Like with Declan Rice, there's going to be a lot of discussions. There's going to be a lot of offers made. Maybe the first one will be rejected. Then we make a second offer or a third offer. That's what it's going to take to get the player that we need. Just like with Declan Rice. Just like that. It's not going to be easy with this player, Sesko, you know, a player that will not cut it for us. We shouldn't just settle for players like that because they're not going to make a difference. They're not going to give us what we need. And that's all I think anyway. That's what I think about it. We need to make sure we get the right players in. We need to get the right players in. Everything needs to be done. Come August, we're ready. We hit the ground running like a fucking express train. That's what we need. That's what we need. Seriously, we've come so far. We need to go the extra mile now because City are going to be there again to be beaten. They're the benchmark. Next season, they're going to be there again waiting for us. They have a better squad than us. There's a bigger gap than 2 points. There is a bigger gap than 2 points. We need to do it next season. We need to go all out. Yeah. Otherwise, Arteta, it's in his best interest if he walks away.
Yeah, it would be. Dave.
Giving everything and getting in the players we need now.
Too late for him to do that
now.
Done
it in January, man. They should have done it in January to give us that push till May.
Yeah. I mean, that Sesko, he's staying now, isn't he? He's signed a contract. So LB Leipzig. So there's rumours that we're most probably going in for Alvarez for Man City.
I've heard Man United.
Good player.
Yeah. So obviously, I think they've valued it in around about, is it 75 million or something? It's somewhere along those lines, 75, 80 million. But
that's a lot of money.
I'm all for that for Alvarez. I reckon. I feel sorry for him because he didn't really get a lot of first team football because obviously, as you know, the human scoring machine Haaland is keeping him out the team. So you know he just wants to play first team football, and he's a World Cup winner as well, and he's won every single trophy at Man City. So if he ain't getting first team football, come to the Arsenal, play. He's going to be playing Champions League football game if we get him. You know, he'll be a top goal scorer. But in all fairness, this is what I'm saying because there's going to be a few changes here at Arsenal Football Club next season. There's talks that Thomas Partey is leaving. If they don't get anybody to replace him, right? Douglas Luiz, I heard again for about 50 mil. But you know, whether he goes, I don't know. But if we don't, that means taking Kai Havertz at that striking position and putting him back in midfield where he plays absolutely crap.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
It don't work. So, you know, there's going to be a few changes, hopefully next season at our club. So mainly, I just think we need to get that striker and a replacement, not replacement, but a backup for Saka. Sorry, that's what we really need because a lot of Arsenal fans now are saying that, you know, they don't rate Saka or they don't think he's all right. Maybe he's a good player. I mean, I like Saka. Don't get me wrong. Our top goal scorer last season was 16 league goals. So I wouldn't want Saka to leave personally. There are some Arsenal fans that wouldn't mind him seeing the back.
They'll be tested. They'll be mentally. How could you want? Kai? Just read this quick. Dave, my friend, who told me that Ten Hag is getting sacked. I've messaged him for a bare knuckle fight sometime next week. It's interesting. Yeah, going back to Saka, whatever Arsenal fan is, to me, he's irreplaceable.
I said it.
The way he carries the ball, he's also indestructible. How many times he gets smashed and tackled and he gets up, he has a little limp and then he runs like a gazelle. He's unbelievable. He's top goal scorer, creates goals. I mean, they have to treble up on him sometimes. He's that good.
Yeah.
And you can't get. You're going to have to get two players to have a backup for Saka. You ain't going to get a backup for Saka because no one's going to want to play behind him because they're never going to get a game. So if something does happen to Saka, You know, he's going to play 80%, 85% of the games probably next season. So for a player to come in to be a backup, it's going to be very difficult to get a player of that level because the drop off is going to be drop off. If he comes out, it's going to be massive. So you're going to need two. You're going to need to change something. So you're going to need to have a player to play on the right wing, and then a player either in the midfield or on the right, like behind him, to compensate for all the work that he does, because he does so much work. A lot of people don't see how much work he does, and it's going to take it will take two players to compensate for certain aspects of his game, because he's so much of an all-rounder.
What are we going to do if he gets injured in Euros?
If he gets injured in Euros, then we've got to panic and we've got to go. If depending on how bad it is, I suppose we have to buy.
We need to do some signings ASAP.
Yeah.
I know it opens Friday, but the rumours are starting to be ticked off. Like Sesko, not bang bang bang. We need to start hearing things like
we're
that.
notoriously slow in the transfer market. That's the problem.
Slow. We're not aggressive enough.
We're very slow.
We're letting other teams, rival teams, take our position of opportunity. And we've come way too far for too long. And we're all adults now to learn. You need to go out and go and spend. But who's not going to get there? We don't know, because we're not getting told. But we're starting to. So see Friday, see what happens. You never know. You might land 7 players and 10 out the door. But do we believe that? I don't know.
No, I think you see a lot of transfers going round when the Euros is on, because obviously, you know, this Friday's the Euros, the transfer window opens. You know, so obviously as the Euros continues on, I think you're gonna, like, you know, pundits on the show where they're going to say, well, look, so and so's gone to this club for an X amount of £1 million, so and so's left here and joint here. So, you know, I think you're going to see quite a bit of movement. But you know, regarding Arsenal, we've always been slow movers, really, because it's like with me, it's like a chain of command. You've got Arteta and Edu. You know, they're talking. They want these players. Then it goes back to the Cronkies, and then they're thinking about it. And then when it gets moved back down to the chain of command, I call it, people are going left, right, and centre. They're leaving clubs and joining other clubs. So we're slow movers, unfortunately. And then you're going to get players that's going to be leaving and going teams for X amount of millions of pounds, like 40, 50 mils. And you're thinking, well, why didn't bloody Arsenal get him? I wouldn't mind him at Arsenal. You know, this is what happens. Every season is the same. It's the same scenario with Arsenal every season. We're slow movers. It's like with this Sesko. Everybody was, you know, they were half and half with him. But some people said he was good. Some people say he was crap. But listen, if you follow the Bundesliga, you know what Germany's league's like. You know, you're gonna, you know, you know what you're talking about. You know, if you follow these teams. I mean, there's one guy. Stephen, his name is. He watches the whole different leagues, and he's doing a stream, and he's got so many screens. Yeah, and he's watching all these football games played across the world. Yeah.
The Canadian,
and he's there, and he's going, right, this player, that player, this player, that player. He knows his stuff about all the players that plays in the different leagues, because he does it. He's doing constant streams on it all the time. And he said he was rubbish. That Sesko. He said personally, he said I wouldn't touch him with a barge pole. And that was it. And that was him saying that. So in all fairness, it makes you think, we're glad that he actually signed another contract extension to what's the name of the club?
Leipzig.
Leipzig.
Red Bull Leipzig.
Yeah. So that, you know, he's signing for there. So he's not going to Chelsea or anyone like that. So we just got to pick out a right striker. For me, he's playing Champions League next season, but I still want Ollie Watkins. I'm sorry, but that's me.
Yet again, I've done a video.
Different class.
I actually done the video on Douglas Luiz, because I heard that we was going to go in for him again, but then he's going Juventus. But I sort of managed to go on to. I sort of drifted on, and in the video, I've said right at the start, I said about Sesko signing a new contract.
Yeah.
And then at RB Leipzig, and then I went on to Douglas Luiz. I was talking about Douglas Luiz, But then I went on to Ollie Watkins. It's sort of because I said because Villa might have to sell players because of FFP.
Yeah.
Or profit sustainability, whatever one it is, I don't know. And I said they're more likely to sell Douglas Luiz than a player that I want at Arsenal, an Arsenal fan, Ollie Watkins. So I mention him in nearly every show, every video I upload. You know what I mean? Because I desperately want to come to us. I think he's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
He's an animal, an absolute animal.
He is. He is. I just feel sorry for him because at the minute when he's playing for England, I just don't think he's there. Do you know what I mean? International level. He's amazing for Villa and he's an amazing player in the Premier League. But international level, that's like stepping up to the next level, which he's sort of, here's Premier League, there's international. He's sort of in the middle between the two. So he can do it at Premier League, but he's just below that international level because the last lot of games I've watched him play, he hasn't really been, he can't really seem to score for England, can he? So, but hopefully that'll change. He just needs a bit more game time under his belt at international level. That's what the guy needs.
He's not going to get that with Harry Kane in front of him.
Can I just ask, is there anything stopping us getting Watkins? Is there anything there that we can't go and get him?
He just signed a new contract with Villa, so I think that's going to be different.
It's actually finalised, yeah.
Yeah, it has.
Tony definitely going Spurs.
New contract.
I think it was last season, Dave, wasn't it? Last summer he signed a new deal, I think.
Yeah. Was it? Yeah. Just at the end of I think
that
just
could
at
be
the
another
end of
tick off then in my head. As long as I'm
recently, I think.
That was what we could have done. We could have, if that was in his plan. He signed the contract 4 years ago. He knows what kind of situation we're in. Eddie's situation. He's got number 14. Thierry Henry, he's seen us play. He's played for the badge. You see what I'm saying? He knows our history. He should have sorted this out. We could have had Watkins. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, but it's like what AFC put down here. We need Watkins or Tony. To me, I'm sorry to say this, I don't want Ivan Tony. Ever since he's come back from his ban, he's played 19 games because he was back in January and he scored about, 5, maybe 6 goals, which by then, I'm not being funny, I thought he would have been finishing on at least 10 goals that season, like at least in double figures for the amount of games, and that to me would have been an Ivan Toney, but I'm sorry, he slacks off, even though he stayed at Brentford and it felt like he owed them because the way he was treated well by them, do you know what I mean? Which he was, so he decided to stay there to the end of this last season. But I'm saying something now, and I've said it, and I'll say it again. Ivan Toney will be a Tottenham Hotspur player.
I said it at the start of the show. I said apparently he's maybe not right at the start, but I did mention it about I've seen that Tottenham are in for him, 40 million. Ivan Toney, and they can have him, mate. And there's Tony here with a comment, a bit sarcastic. All those Arsenal channels, Sesko deal done or done deal. Well, what happened there? You're absolutely right, Tony, because I see it everywhere. I see it on the Football Terrace. I see it on AFTV. I see it on loads of other channels. All these other channels, and I mean, I don't watch them all, but the thumbnail things about Sesko. Yeah. Well, I'm glad it ain't happened.
I'm glad it's not. I didn't believe it until that you see that player with the Arsenal top on, holding up a scarf, or you actually see him having an interview and he's signing the contract. That's the only time that I'll believe it. All these streams, I don't get me wrong, it's going to happen all the time. All these streams are going to come in and say, right, latest transfer news, we're interested in this player, that player, X amount of millions of pounds, this, that, blah, blah, blah. But it really doesn't mean anything until that player actually signs. And I tell you something, all these players that we're after are good players. I'll be honest with you, like Alvarez from Man City. I just don't think we're going to get them. So what do we do? We sign second best.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's the problem, as you've just said there. We buy a second best. AFC always in the clock-ins stated it as well. Money talks. We can buy any player we want. if they went in with a really good, serious point of money. But we ponce around and don't get fucking no superstars. Like Suarez from Liverpool years ago. That was a joke. 40 million and £1 or something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm bringing back history, but it's all facts. Look at
Yeah.
us in 2024. I'm talking about Mbappe and everyone's laughing. Why are we laughing at it? We could have went and got him or a category player of that category. Do you know what I mean? Stature.
Yeah.
But we ain't serious enough.
Yeah. But do you know with Mbappe, when he went to Real Madrid, right? Do you know he went there and he took a £51 million pay cut
Yeah.
to go there?
Mm.
It makes you think, doesn't it? That he was so. If any player can take that amount of pay cut to go to another team, then PSG, all right, yeah, you could be world class playing for them, but it makes you think they ain't the team to really play for, are they? Unless you just want wages.
Yeah, but I mean, if they're that sort of money, what was he on? What were they paying?
300 million.
What are they earning? What
Exactly.
have they got the same rules as the
300
Premier
million,
League?
I think. 300 million a year.
Have they got the same rules as the Premier? Right? Have they got the profit and sustainability rules in France? Like we have here.
Yeah.
Out there right now, Mbappé's obviously done, right? So I'm talking about category statured strikers like him. Who's out there that we could go for? Forget money. Just say us four here wanted one of the players. Who would you go for? And it don't have that clunky. Arteta's not involved. Who would we want as a category striker like that? And why don't we go for them?
Victor Osimhen, obviously. That's the obvious one I can think of.
I like.
There's talks about him. I think he's around about. I read anywhere between 80 to 90 million for Osimhen.
We tried for Lautaro Martinez. I don't you remember 2 years ago. We tried for Lautaro Martinez at Inter Milan, but the problem was that they had just sold Lukaku to Manchester United, so they weren't going to sell their second striker. So we were done.
I just think we've got a lot of baggage to get rid of. We're going to miss out on. We're going to miss out on some key signings here. Definitely, 100%.
Sorry, Rob. AFC, I don't know how to clip, mate. I'm not sure how to. Lee, can you clip this? Mbappe will score 33 goals and get 11 assists for Real Madrid next season. If I knew how to clip that, mate, I would.
Have you got your voice?
You can watch it back on your phone, mate. Watch it back on your phone, and there's a picture. There's a picture of a pair of scissors. If you press that, that means clip, and then you can clip it up to the minute what you are on the show. So you're an hour and 42 minutes into this show, so you can clip that sort of thing, and then you can end the clip as well from what time, from the start of the time to the end of that time,
like a timestamp.
Yeah.
So what would I do with it? Where was it send it? It's not like a remix where you can just cut a little bit out and remix, and then it goes up as a short on my channel.
Well, you can do. You could do it. You could do it.
It's marked. It's marked.
You could do it. Yeah, it's marked.
You can go back on it. Yeah, people can check the time.
Oh, okay. So what was
they can find the point easily when they look at it in the replay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
I'll try and do that.
Moment in the
technology is mad, isn't it? Trying to get your head around it, it's crazy.
141. I'll try and do that. Okay. All right. Any other business?
That one about Havertz being our main striker is a problem.
Oh, yeah, look.
Other than that, at the moment.
Here we go. Sorry, I forgot about this. Arteta said now that Sesko's not coming, Havertz will be our main striker. Great winning nothing yet again. I'll clip that as well.
The only way I could see him working around that, obviously, Havertz coming off, Jesus on, but then he's going to have to change to 3 to 4s and just change the formation. But will he do that to go with the flow of the game, or will he just fucking put Havertz back in the defence and or midfield? Sorry, and just do you know what I mean? Just mess it all up. We never know.
You know what? I would use Jesus as bait. To lower another player, because I tell you what, even though how much I like him, that guy, he's so much injury prone, and it's the same injury. It keeps creeping in all the time. And with this same injury, he's always out for like the period of like 3. 3 to 4
That's why
months.
City sold him, man. That's why Man City sold him.
Yeah.
They
So
know he was, injury prone. He had a long-term injury. It was recurring injury. A recurring injury. It wasn't going to heal itself up anytime soon.
Yeah.
We need to have Havertz and Jesus as backup strikers to the main man, and the main man has to be found. It's as simple as that.
Yes.
And look, I think a lot of Jesus and Havertz I actually have a bit of time for the two of them, but they need to be back up to the main man. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that.
We need the proper number one, and then have them.
They need to be back up to the main man.
Yeah, they do.
I agree. I really do.
Enough playing games, yeah. We need to do something in the new season. We need to really challenge, and we need someone that's going to at least hit 20 goals a season for us.
Wouldn't that be something, though, if we did go and sign Alexander Isaacs and keeping Havertz and Jesus?
You're probably going to laugh, but why don't we make a bid for Harry Kane? Let's bid for Harry Kane. Fuck it.
Nah, you won't come, David. It's Tottenham as well. It's Tottenham. Arsenal. So if you're a proper Arsenal fan, you would not go for Harry Kane because of the Tottenham era. Even though he's an Arsenal fan, but he's a Tottenham era. Do you know what I mean?
Sol Campbell.
I was just about to say that. Sol Campbell.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
I like to build up rivalness.
Yes. Build up rivalry.
I just want competition at Arsenal Football Club. I feel that if a player is playing in his position and he's not playing well, you could turn around and say, right, well, if I'm not playing well, so-and-so is going to get this place next week. He's going to be playing and I'm going to be on the bench.
By the way, I've already stated it. He's not world class.
Healthy competition, Healthy competition, Anthony. I understand.
Yeah, that's
competition for places.
Yeah. Oisi from Crystal Palace. Get him.
Excellent.
Let him fight his place out. You could put him in the same side as Saka.
Yeah.
Saka, that would do. That's brilliant. But I mean, Dave was on about players leaving. I mean, El Lenny's gone for free. Cedric Sorzi's gone. Arsenal
got their coaching degree at night.
Arsenal put on there and said, "Oh, thank you for your services."
Yeah.
For what?
Did you do?
For what? What did you do? I'm not being funny. Surely it should be Soares thanking Arsenal, saying, "Oh, thank you for letting me stay in this club for this long, paying me a wage."
The coaching certificate, wasn't it?
And then but then again, it was Arsenal Football Club that was telling him, saying, "Oh, thank you for your services." Well, he only played 3 games last season. Great, it does make you think where the mentality of our football club actually comes from.
You've got to think if we buy a number 9, that means 29 will be back in midfield. No, we're talking about competing for the number 9 spot. AFC always. We're not talking about dropping him. He can't drop back in the midfield. He might be able to do a job there, maybe for a few minutes if there's an injury or something. I wouldn't start him, ever start him in that midfield 8 again. Never. He's to me he's more of a false 9, isn't he, than an actual out and out number 9. Or it's in between a 10 and a 9, isn't he? For me, he is anyway. I think
I think he'd be a good striker, Havertz, but he reminds me of that. He's that sort of poacher that you've got in the 18-yard box. Like a Gary Lineker. When Gary Lineker used to play for England, it was like the tap-ins and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's what Kai Havertz should be. But the style of play that Arsenal play, which is so attacking and so fluent, the poacher thing doesn't work because you've got Saka going in from goals all the time, and that. I mean, you look at last season. I'm not being funny, but when Saka was crossing the ball in for Kai Havertz was heading the ball, and he was missing him for like 1 or 2 yards out from goal. So do you know what I mean? So
that's true.
That's the problem. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's nice to have a poacher, but when you've got a poacher in the box, your style of play, your style of play has got to change. So instead of a player keep cutting in and scoring in goals all the time, you've got to deliver the ball in the box. Exactly. So that striker can get an head on it or at least get onto it. So your style of exactly, So your style of play has got a continuous. You can't keep it the same. It's got to change. So
that's very true. As always, I might be missing your point, but we was talking about competition for players. And yeah, we did have 7, 8, 9 world class players, all of them, all that midfield: Petit, Vieira,
Marco
Gilberto
Rumours,
Silva, Robert Pires, Freddie Youngberg. You know, the list goes. Mark
Lauren.
Mars, Dennis Bergkamp, Thierry Henry. The list goes on. There were
The
so
list
many
of men.
world class players.
Yeah,
Oh,
they were Anelka, Sylvain Wiltord.
Wilson
What was
worked
that?
there either, yeah. I like
Yeah,
Carnu. I thought Carnu was a good player, world class.
Oh, Kanu. Excellent.
Carney. Yeah,
He had
I
feet
love
like
his.
that long, didn't he? About 3 foot long, his feet were.
He loves
Yeah,
scoring against
yeah,
The
yeah.
Nigerian
you know what?
Olympic team in 1996. That was with Kanu and all them. They were
Yeah,
excellent.
yeah. I
They
love that
trashed
hat trick he
Argentina.
scored. Yeah,
Trashed
that hat trick he
Argentina, man.
scored against Chelsea. Do you remember when he bent it around the post,
Yeah.
the ball, and it went in? I tell you what an amazing goal that was.
Anthony, bro, it was pissing rain, man. It was bucketing down.
Yeah,
And he kept his feet like, you know what I mean? He's just the balance, the control. He didn't fall over. Other players were like, and he was up against, you had Desailly and LeBouf in the center of the Chelsea defense.
Yeah.
These guys can play,
Yeah.
lads.
Buff was
Desailly
a
and
defender,
LeBouf
wasn't he?
can
I thought
play.
he was a defender, LeBouf. Frank LeBouf.
Yeah, he's a defender, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he was a
Frank
left
LeBouf.
back. Or was he a left back?
They
No,
were
he
in
was
the
centre back.
They were centre backs, the two
Frank
of them.
LeBouf was centre back.
Centre
Good
back.
player.
Centre back.
Good player.
Yeah, I remember him being a defender. Yeah, I don't
And
think.
Kanu just, you know what I mean? The whole
Yeah.
goal, smashed it in.
The Hoying goal, yeah.
Brilliant player, man.
Oh yeah, but Desailly, you're right. Desailly was in midfield for them.
That's right.
That's right. Marcel Desailly for Chelsea.
Marcel Desailly, yeah, for Chelsea.
player.
I mean, they had good players in that midfield. I think Michael Ballack,
I was
was
just
there
about
at
to say that.
time.
Just about to say Michael Ballack.
Yeah,
Wicked.
and what was the guy that played for
The Gianfranco
Middlesbrough?
Zola,
And
the Luca
was he-
Vialli, Dennis Wise,
Dennis.
Luca
Oh yeah,
Vialli.
this was
Zola.
before.
Gianluca Vialli, Zola.
Yeah, there was
Who'd
one
pull it-
player that I
who'd
felt
pull it
sorry
from
for
America?
Chelsea, and that was that Italian striker they signed, Casaraghi, and he had that
yeah.
injury.
Luigi.
And yeah,
Oh, I've
and
forgotten his name.
that was
Andrew
a
Johnson,
shame.
wasn't it?
Who?
Andrew Johnson. Who used to
Andrew Johnson. Oh, and Andy Johnson. He played for Sunderland in Crystal Palace,
It
didn't
was
he?
Vialli. It was Hullet knew Vialli, yeah. They were friends. And it was Vialli brought all the Italian players that came in, like Casaraghi, Zola. That was like Vialli. God rest his soul, yeah.
Yeah.
Gianluca Vialli. Brilliant player.
Emery has cooked Arteta 3 times with a worse team. Yeah, beat us twice last season. Home and away Villa beat us last season.
They beat us well at the Emirates, man. They demolished us at the Emirates in that game. We had to win that game, and that was a must win. They demolished us in the second half.
Beat us in the Europa League.
That hurt.
Europa League, Villarreal.
That hurt, that one.
Yeah, that did hurt, that one. Yeah. But it's like what I said, I go back to that Villa game. It was because Mikel Arteta changed the team around. That's why we lost.
What,
but if we
what AFC? He was talking about earlier, about dropping 29 into the midfield again.
Yeah, it was terrible. And that was the game. If we would have won that game, that would have been us lifting up the Premier League trophy.
Yeah.
That's like I mean, the season before, I say, yeah, we bottled it. Season just gone, we didn't bottle it. Mikel Arteta ballsed up. And he's got it, but he won't admit that he ballsed up. He did, because why would you change a winning formula? Why? Because we won all our other games and we just lost to Villa. So, yeah, exactly.
He shouldn't have accepted his award.
No, that was stupid why he got that. I'm not being funny. Call me old fashioned, but the Pep should have won that because the manager that wins that award is the manager that wins the Premier League.
Of course.
I'm not being funny, but it is.
You've done well, but not that good.
No. This is why I said next season is going to be the same performance again. It's going to be the top two because it's only at the minute it's only Arsenal that can compete with Man City. So Man City win the league next season, and Arsenal, no matter what players we get in, whether they're good players or what, we will still finish second. Unless he uses a bit of this and say, right, we need a 20-goal striker, a backup from Saka. We need a brand new left back. Left back is a priority as well as a striker. backup from Saka, and also we might need a midfielder, a defensive midfielder, if Thomas Partey does leave.
Can I
Because
just say, sorry, the reason why I'm an SOU guy, so I just want it quick done so we can get the business settled with. With the tournament on at the moment, it's a perfect opportunity for us to see the actual player who we know we're getting for the season to start. Instead of them going behind closed doors and doing this shitty training that we do not see unless you Google it, and then the season's starting, no one knows about the players. I'd like to know who we're getting for the season, and I can watch them through the Euros and enjoy what I'm watching at. So
exactly,
yeah,
I do agree. I agree with that.
All.
Because a week after the Euros finishes, Arsenal's got 2 friendlies. We got Man United and Liverpool. That's the 2 teams that we got in the friendly at the minute after the Euros is finished. And we need to sign these players before those friendlies start. And that's the only way that they're going to get used to the team, used to the players, how they play and how they adapt on and off the pitch, and also on the training ground as well. So get your players in early, get them into the club, introduce them to the players. It's like what I said, and get all that sorted first. The rest, it just all fold into it as the season goes on. But with us, I guarantee you, and it's going to be typical Arsenal. And Lee, you can clip this one. Is the picture with the scissors?
Got a lot of clipping, mate.
Right?
A lot of editing to be done. Professional editing.
I guarantee you now, right? We will still be waiting for that one single player on the very last day of the last hour of the transfer window.
Yeah. And we'll all be sitting there waiting till midnight or just after midnight.
And we sign no one on that day. Yeah. Seriously.
It wouldn't surprise me. Well, listen, I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to say good night and
good night, Libro.
To the panel.
AFC always, you legend, mate.
I'm going to sleep, guys.
Thank you to everybody in the comments.
Keep going, buddy.
Listen,
good night, lads.
There's 2 other content creators on the panel. The Old School Gunner, Aguna Matata. Go and have a look at their channel.
Maybe soon Anthony will have a channel. Yeah, maybe soon Anthony will this way. Yeah.
Listen, I don't come on to be disrespectful. In my opinion, that's all. I respect.
It's okay, AFC, bro. We understand. That's no problem, man. That's no problem. We're all friends.
This is what the channel's about, mate. The channel's about coming on, giving your
opinion. We're all friends. It's all good.
It doesn't.
The only people to have problems on here are me and Anthony because of our arms. That's the only problem.
One arm bigger than the other.
Yeah, they got.
Oh, here he goes. Gives it that. Gives it that. Yeah, go on. There it is. Yeah.
Dinosaurus, run.
Guna Matata. Bless you. Thank you, Anthony. Bless you.
Good night, guys.
Dave.
Good night, all.
God bless.
Take care, yeah. Take care.
Hopefully you'll all be on next week if you can make it. We'll probably talk about the England games.
The Euros will be
on Father's Day, isn't it? It's on Sunday, Father's Day, England's first.
Yes, that's right. Yeah,
we'll probably be.
Good old Father's Day.
A few more shows.
Nice Father's Day gift, huh?
I tell you what, people will be going to work the next day with a bit thick heads if they've had a lot of beers. Father's Day, England on. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah,
it's a holiday. Yeah, it's a pity it's on a bank holiday.
Kickoff as well, isn't it?
Not coming in.
8 o'clock. Yeah.
Mate. Boss can't come in. Sorry,
mate.
He's saying he can't come into work. Anyway, thanks, guys. I'll see you soon.
See you, man.
I really appreciate you coming on. Thank you.
That's fine.
See you, man.
Come on, you Gooners.
Come on, you Gooners.